When you publish your page, you'll need to do a thorough review before sharing with the public. And we'll show you how you can safely test your updates before they go live to the world. When you've completed making your updates, first, you'll send them to the test site. This will publish your changes to the web, but under a test URL that the general public won't be able to find. Start by clicking the green Publish button in the upper right corner of your screen. You'll have the option to select a published target on the left and a drop-down on the right, which will be set to Test. This is the default option because you should always publish your changes to the test server for a final check before publishing to the live site. Anything published to the live site will be immediately available to everyone, so it's important to check for any mistakes before sharing. Each time you publish, you'll need to add a version description with a quick summary of what changes were made and where you're publishing to. If you fix a typo on this page, for instance, you would simply add fix typo test. This makes it easy to figure out what changes were made and to revert back to a previous version as needed. Once you've set your publish target and added a version description, you can click the green Publish button to send your changes to the test site. When you've published your page, a success message will briefly appear in the bottom left corner of the screen with a link to where your updates were published. You can click on View in New Window to open the page to the test site. Know that it can take up to 20 seconds for the page to finish loading. So if you see an error message, just wait a few moments, then refresh the page. If you happen to miss the success message popping up, no worries. The test URL will be the same as the URL the page uses for the live site, except it'll begin with a special prefix, web.qa. And you can always get the page URL for the live site from your gadget sidebar, which you can open by clicking the plug icon on the right side of the screen. Click on Page Info, then click the left link under the Page Products heading to open the live site in a new tab or window. Now, you can simply replace the www at the front of the live site URL with web.qa, then press Enter to get to the test site. The test site gives you a place to thoroughly review your site updates and make sure everything looks and works as expected. The test site is also a great way to share your changes with others, especially if you need to get approval before publishing to the live site. If everything looks good to you and you have no further edits to make, you can publish your changes to the live site. First, close out of the tab or window that opened up for the test site to get back to the CMS. Now, you'll click the Publish button again and follow the same steps for publishing to test. However, this time, you'll select Production from the Publish Target drop-down menu. Be sure to add a version description that says you're publishing to production. Then click the green Publish button. Again, a success message will appear in the bottom left corner of the screen, this time with a link you can click to open the live site in a new window. That's it. Choosing where to publish is easy, as long as you remember to publish to Test before Production. Test is where you'll preview your updates, and Production is where you'll publish live to the world.